Excuse me.
Who are you?
Treasure hunter extraordinaire.
What do you want with us?
Well, I couldn't help but overhear that you're interested in the fire temple.
How did you hear us when we were inside?
I have very sensitive hearing.
I fail to understand how our interests are of relevance to you.
I was just getting to that. You see, I've come to offer an extension of friendship. Or at least an extension of mutual benefit. It's true that the villagers maintain the fire temple, but from what I've discovered, they are unaware of the temple's secret passage. If you're interested in the energy of the temple, I can guarantee that's where you'll find it.
If the villagers don't know about the secret passage, how did you find it?
It's all a part of the treasure hunting gig. You have to be looking for it to find it. The best part is that I've already disarmed or made a note of most of the traps in there.
The temples are a sanctuary for the elementals, but any place that is easily accessible is sure to attract all types. There are measures set in place to protect the spirit from those who wish to harm it.
Like I said, I've disarmed most of the traps, but not all. There is one magical barrier at the end of the tunnel which I've not yet been able to pass. I don't have magic, but you do. If you can magic that barrier away, then that's at least one step closer to finding your energy.
How does that benefit you?
All I'm interested in are the artifacts and relics. From the sounds of it, you guys are more interested in something else, hence mutually beneficial. So, what do you think?
If she's already marked the passageway and traps, then we can just follow her markings and break the barrier ourselves. I can't think of a reason why we would need to bring her along.
I must concede that I am impressed by her resourcefulness. It is plainly evident that she is not a native to Ember Mist, which means she somehow discerned the location on her own.
As a treasure hunter, her tracking skills could come in handy in the future.
Do what you want.
So, does this mean we're agreed to join up with Kara?
Hi! Hoi boy!
Let's go tell Kara.
All right! This will be fun!
Wait, we didn't give you our answer yet.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we decided to take you up on your offer.
Excellent! Since we're going to be working together, first things first. You all know my name, but I don't know yours.
I'm Leanna.
Mage Knight from the Guild?
I am Amelia Estelle, a mage caster from the Mage Academy.
A student to become a mage caster? But you look just like a teenager.
It is natural that my physical appearance will represent my age.
That is pretty impressive. Who's next?
Zach.
Very clearly a mercenary. Now that that's out of the way.
Boy, boy.
You have a bongo! How cute! And what's your name?
Boy.
Oh, is he not a part of your group?
He is. Sort of.
And you haven't named him yet?
A pongo is a wild creature.
If you say so. Okay, are we ready to get going?
Those symbols represent each of the magical elements. There is fire, water, earth, and wind. And that is shadow. It is one of the elemental magics.
Boy.
We're here! Bingo! Ta-da! It usually depends, but in this case, there's one brick that sticks out slightly more than the others. If you aren't looking for it, you won't see it. I should hope so. I left those there so as not to set off the same traps again.
Why are there so many X's on this wall?
Oh, it's a two-part trap. Basically, if you step on the ground stone, it triggers thick bars to shoot out from all the X's in the wall and block the path. Only if you know how to limbo. The bars have something keeping them hot and will burn you if you touch it.
And you were able to cross that?
I am very limber.
Based on the dilation of Zack's pupils, it appears that Kara's flexibility is attractive to him.
I was just thinking that it's a useful skill set to have.
Useful skill set to have? In what context?
For scouting and navigating, you've done a thorough job mapping this place out and marking the traps.
Zack, was that a compliment?
No, an observation.
Then thank you for the observation. The barrier's here.
It's surprisingly solid for something that looks so gaseous. Maybe there's some wind magic interwoven with whatever other magic is here.
Boy!
Pongo, wait! I have no idea.
No! Pongo! We have to find a way to save him! Who knows what could have happened to him when he went through? Pongo?
Boy? Boy!
Pongo! You're back safe!
Boy! Whatever is beyond this wall hosts a plethora of energy.
My manipulator confirms that. No wonder the Pongo ran in there.
But how did he even pass through?
I do not recognize this magic.
Is there anything you can do to break it?
Let's see. Amelia, stand back.
If I am interpreting this message correctly, we must part with our most precious possession, our world, and throw it in the fire.
Kind of like we're freeing ourselves.
Are you sure?
Yes.
If that's what we need to do, then it seems easy enough. I'll go first.
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to the fox? Are you sure it was safe to pass through that barrier? That's reassuring.
Who exactly are you seeing? Okay. What's going on?
Hey, are you okay? You kind of zoned out there for a second. What happened?
Where's the woman now?
Curious. I may have a theory. All the energy which had accumulated here has now gathered within you. As I mentioned, it is merely a theory. How is that possible?
I wouldn't phrase it like that.
I am merely anticipating the imminent reaction. The high concentration of energy you just absorbed. The human body was not meant to process such large quantities of energy. At least, that has certainly been the trend with someone from Terra. Although, 2 minutes have passed and there seems to be no sign of an adverse reaction.
This is a genuine Vestin coin!
How much could a rusted out dated coin be worth?
About a few hundred gold pieces.
You don't say.
Well, since we found what we came for, we should head back.
Curious. Then it can be assumed that the purpose of this trial was not to destroy our possessions, but to test our willingness to sacrifice.
I'm not complaining. Let's keep going. They were the original tribe of Ember Mist, and the initial keepers of the Fire Temple. It depends on who you ask. Some experts believe they did, others think the temple was already there by the time the Vestins came about. I just sort of fell into it, honestly. Treasure hunting naturally fit into my nomadic lifestyle. You'd be surprised how much you pick up along the way, especially after you realize what a lucrative business this can be. I didn't say that. I'll admit that at first I was just in it for the money. But the more I learned about the ancient people of Isaria, the more invested I became in the history of each relic I found. I started to find myself daydreaming about who might have used the items I found. What kind of person were they? Did they cherish this item, or was it just another piece of their ever-growing collection of stuff? Are you a treasure hunter too? But you sought out experts dedicated to history?
Given the location and circumstances previously described by Odorism, my estimation is that the unknown woman you encountered was a projected image of the fire elemental. Of course, as I could not observe her myself, I cannot be certain. The amount of energy needed to sustain just an appearance of the elemental would have drained the temple completely. There would have been no energy left for her to give to you. The depletion of energy in the temple would have meant she'd no longer be sustained in this world. Although, it is quite unusual that she would have you absorb the energy to begin with. It pleases me that you too have reached the same conclusion. Still, it is quite perplexing that she would only reveal herself to you. The Guardian. The fox would be the guardian of the fire temple. Each temple has its own guardian who protects it. We did not break in. The guardian enforces the trial in the temple. Only those who are able to complete the trials are welcome into the temple. As of now, I do not have one, but perhaps after some further research.
Something on your mind?
Pardon me, you were speaking very softly and it was a little hard to hear, but it sounded like you just said you need to open a temporal rift to go back home? But that can't be right, can it?
I knew it! My hypothesis is correct!
Hypothesis? What hypothesis?
My hypothesis that he is from a parallel world.
I think all this parallel world and temporal rift talk has been getting to you. I mean, Elder Isum said it's impossible.
He has already admitted it. The day of our acquaintance. You sought out Professor Xavier's guidance, and after he imparted his advice, you and Leanna had a brief discussion in which you mentioned that what he had suggested was exactly what happened to you. Thus began my hypothesis that you arrived from a parallel world.
Not from Terra, huh? That's a lot better than the alternative. That you might be unique.
Zach!
He didn't even know what a discharger was. At least if he's from another world, that explains why he didn't know these things.
How did he get here?
There have been unexplainably high concentrations of energy popping up throughout Isaria, and he happened to show up at one of those areas. We went to the Mage Academy to get some answers, and That's how we came up with the possibility that the high energy readings were temporal rifts, and somehow he had traveled through one. Why or how those rifts were even opened, we still don't know.
Let's just make sure you attempt to open one far away from where I'm standing.
That might be tricky considering no one knows how to open one. We may need to talk to Elder Isum.
That won't be necessary. I know how to do so already. The directions are located in Elder Isum's old research notes, which I had gathered from the Academy. The spell itself is a simple conjuration, which even an amateur could do. The impossibility of the spell comes from the fact that the human body cannot manipulate the amount of energy needed for it. He may be an exception. Given that you have absorbed energy directly from the temple, which should also be an impossibility, I must assume that there is something within you which can possess the high amount of magic without suffering consequences. Perhaps it is a skill which you acquired from your world. Regardless, only a short amount of time has passed. There is plenty of time for you to still internally combust. I concur with that suggestion.
That may be the best now that you have the magic.
Maybe we should first look for a spot with a bit more cover. We don't want to be opening up rifts on an open pathway.
Good point.
There was some tree cover towards the west. You'll miss the show from back there. You sure you don't want to come any closer?
Yep.
The casting is quite simple. It is the same technique as any other cast.
Are you ready?
Your stance is incorrect. Straighten your spine. Now you are too tense. Keep yourself relaxed, but do not slump.
Okay, I think he gets it. Your stance is fine. Just remember to raise your arms in front of you. Now, the actual casting part is gonna sound tricky. You'll need to focus your mind on the spell you want to cast. Yes, but you need to connect that thought with the magical energy. Clear your mind of every thought. Now, think about the rift that you wish to create. At the same time, sense for the magic within you. It'll feel like a tendril or willing warmth. When you find it, reach out for it and grab hold. The magic is eager to be used and will latch on. Once you find the magic, connect your thoughts of the rift with the magic, and then channel both the magic and the thoughts through your hands to cast it in the open. It's okay, we can try again. People aren't usually able to cast on their first try. It just takes some getting used to. Plus, you're trying to cast without a manipulator. Well, the manipulator's function is to house the energy source for us to cast with. Technically, because you already have the energy within you, you shouldn't need a manipulator. But this is all theory anyway. It may be easier trying to cast using a crystal, especially for a first-time caster.
Regardless, there could be a multitude of factors for why this attempt was not successful. One for which could be as simple as the fact that you still did not possess enough energy to open the rift. Theatrically, perhaps, but a significant portion of the energy was already being used to sustain the elemental's image. She was able to transfer what was left of the energy to you, which from my readings was only 20% of the total energy in the temple when we started.
That sounds like you all still need to explore some more temples. Am I wrong?
Boy!
So it could be that he doesn't know how to cast, or that he doesn't have enough energy.
Sure, but what does that mean for you all in terms of next steps? Are you going to hang out in Ember Mist until he learns how to cast?
It could take him weeks before he can even cast the simplest of spells. That is quite a long time to rely on someone else's hospitality.
It sounds like it would still be in your best interest to visit at least one more temple just to be sure you have enough energy. You can teach him how to cast on the way, so by the time he gets there, he'll be ready to go.
That does seem like the better option than the alternative.
That is the most efficient course of action. If we can mitigate any uncertain factors, then we can pinpoint where the weakness is and adjust accordingly for a successful cast. The research this will provide will be very informative.
Since I'm here to protect Amelia, I go where she goes.
Great. Then our arrangement is still on.
Hey!
Most men would be thrilled to have a pretty woman hug them. Right, Amelia?
That is correct. A healthy physique is inherently attractive for potential mates.
We should spend the night in Ember Mist. We can plan our next steps there. We can spend the night here. I'll meet you back down in the lobby in a few minutes.
I wish to seek an audience with Elderism and continue our discussion. I would be remiss to let such an opportunity pass. Yes, that is something in which we are in agreement.
For a city that's supposed to be so secret, that's not surprising. It's more surprising that they have an inn.
Where's Amelia?
maybe you should go to bed. We're winding down anyway, so it'd be a good idea to get some rest. It would seem so.